In einem kurzfristig anberaumten Dev-Stream hat uns Creative Director Christian Hagedorn das neue Content-Update Blessings of the Elders für die Siedler Neue Allianzen vorgestellt. Das durchaus gelungene Update spendiert unter anderem dem Förster ein lange gefordertes Rework, fügt mit der Köhlerei ein neues Gebäude hinzu und integriert die neue One-on-One-Map 𝗦𝗲𝗲𝗏. Alles im Detail werde ich euch in einer neuen Die Siedler NEWS Folge wie gewohnt aufarbeiten. Das Blessings of the Elders Content Update ist seit dem 11.12.2023 verfügbar.
Now, Blessings of the Elders has of course plenty of changes. The full patch note list will be available tomorrow together with the actual patch going live. Today, we're gonna go through some of the highlights, and already just the highlights, it's gonna be pretty interesting. So, I see that someone likes the t-shirt. Oh, that's super cool. Sadly, this t-shirt is not for purchase, but you will see the Larry, the 𝗏 and the yarn symbols in their banners. We really like it a lot. In any case, let's go into the game. I hope you all can see what we're doing here. I want to show you directly, talking literally about the highlights of the show, the new game mode. And the new game mode, you see it right here in Skirmish, and it's called Sandbox. Operator, it seems like the game audio is very loud. Let's see if we can fix that in real time. Thank you all for letting us know. In any case, well, I dropped the surprise and then I didn't say anything. All right, let's go into it. The new mode is called Sandbox. And as you can see right there are no enemies, there's no matchmaking involved. You can not only play it alone for as long as you want, you can select any map. 2v2 included, 4v4 included. And there is plenty more to say. So let's try to go step by step. I'm so excited. There's so much to say. Okay, so Sandbox mode allows you no contest, no distractions, just literally go into any map that you want. You can use it for practice, you can use it to race against your own clock, you can use it to just explore the map as it is, you can use it to play for as long as you want in the map. There is nothing chasing you off of it. And of course you can save, take screenshots, do anything you want. And there are some very cool conditions attached to this freedom. The first off, however, I want to highlight, you can already see another new feature that we are introducing here, which is the map preference. Now, maybe some people remember, there is already in the options menu map preferences, correct. There's already in the options menu a way to turn on or off certain maps from matchmaking. Map preference takes over that wish as the most important thing. That's why it's map priority. So in this particular case, you're literally choosing one map, and when you launch either in this case the sandbox game or in PvP, multiplayer, casual, any of the other modes, with a map selection here in this menu, you will go to that map first. The only condition upon which you don't land in this map is if you queue up for PvP and no opponent is found that also wants to play the same map with you. That is the only case after some time where you will find yourself somewhere else. But let's say you make a group with your friends, you as the leader literally select a map here, and that's exactly where you will land at. So that's gonna be pretty cool. All right, so you're allowed to select any map. And as I mentioned, there is even 2v2 maps, 4v4 maps. And you can say, hey, it's a bit tricky, honestly, because if you play, let's say, one of the 4v4 maps, Dark Cliffs, as one normal player with 500 Siedler limit, the German, peeking out, with 500 settlers limit, you won't be able to take over really the majority of the map and explore everything that map has to offer, especially without the constraints. That's why. That's why in sandbox mode, wherever you go, there will be a different settlers limit to what you are used to. All 1v1 maps will go up to 1,000 settlers limit. All 2v2 maps will allow you up to 2,000 settler limits, right? If you math it out, it's really the sum of all players. And in 4v4 maps, you will have up to 4,000 settlers to move around. There's one very important caveat to this is there is a hard limit of 500 controllable engineers and 500 controllable military units. Of course, this could lead to what would you really call 500 army units a small army? But I guess compared to a really big army, settler limit, you could say that this is low. However, there is a reason for this. It's going to be more efficient, it's going to be better, and it's going to also lead to another new surprise. I don't know if you checked the list, but the list has something new. Elder's Tomb. Elder's Tomb is a new 1v1 map, not only available for sandbox mode, but obviously available in skirmish. Elder's Tomb particularly has a 1,000 settlers limit in PvP. You know what this means. Everyone who loves theory crafting in the Discords already knows what this means. The amount of units you can deploy, the production chains that you can have running at the same time, all of those limits get doubled. In a 1v1 scenario, everything changed. So be advised, when you're practicing Elder's Tomb, when you're going around in this map, do not stay within the 500 limits. For Elder Tombs in particular, count on the 1,000. I guess indirectly this means a buff to 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 in that particular map, but I'm pretty sure people will make very good use of it with any of the factions. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. We are going to launch directly into sandbox mode, because there's more to show you now, but in the game. All right. So we also already announced that there is one rework building and one new building. Let's see what that means for you. Because, you know, at the start of every mission, of every place, wherever you go, your first thought is always, let's go quickly, logging camp. Let's put one here, even though there's only one tree, and then one here, even though there's only one tree, or two trees. Let's bind this with roads. This is a classical start. Of course, I'm not taking care of the stone immediately, but obviously all players immediately go to the Förster, right? Like that's what I heard. I seem to remember that the way to play is usually place down two woodcutters and one Förster. And of course, this is obviously what I'm talking about. People already probably notice with the limit or the size of the blueprint. There we go, of the building. The size has changed because the tree nursery, as it used to be called or known, is gone. Foresters have learned that having limits is a bad limit in itself. Therefore, they are now able to go around. Let me move the mouse away. There we go, or the controller rather. So foresters are now able to plant around their own building, as it used to be always, and as we always wanted to share with you. That means multiple things actually, because it's not just about letting your woodcutters have new ways to cut down wood, right? Because they go out, they plant. We will see here as they go. Not only can you also decorate a section of the map, if you prefer, with wood when it doesn't have it to begin with. It is also important to note the forester does not get to plant within mountainous area, so places where the mines would be working are not very fertile for woods. You know from the research trees that there are effects for having trees nearby. So there is also the option of planting down foresters in order to activate those bonuses in areas they would normally not be at. So you can use it as a choke point creator, you can use it at a different place where trees were not expected. Yes, indeed, a real forester. I know. So we've already watched them here. There are new plants, indeed. And I guess over time, if we get to leave it like this for a little bit, you know what? In the meantime, I'll build some more, because I keep talking and then I don't play. Let's build a few more residences. In the meantime, the trees will grow, and once they grow, of course, they will be cut down. So indeed, a real forester is now among us, and it's very cool to see it happening. Together with this, actually, I wanted to show the price for the forester has been modified. As you all remember, it used to cost 3 tools. The tools cost meant that it was difficult to gauge at what time would a forester make sense for your economy. There were some maps where this was much more relevant, like, for example, the 2v2 map, the depths, yes, where the initial forests did not regrow, at least the ones closer to the starting point. So people were finding just a few maps, just a few points where the investment of the forester was worth it. With this change, obviously, it's a lot easier to accept the lower cost of a forester. Doesn't even require you to start the tools production chain. Can we pick the area for the trees? Yes, by placing the forester. So there's a range around the forester that is limited. If you build around the forester, then it won't be able to occupy it with trees. But if you don't, then you're giving your forester free reign. In any case, the forester being a lot cheaper enables a lot of new strategies. And let me tell you, there is something new that I know at least one of you has guessed correctly of what the new building would be. So I'm gonna leave it with a little bit more of suspense, because maybe we'll see one of these trees growing, maybe not. Maybe I get lucky. In the meantime, I guess I can make more. You know what? Let me grab all my engineers that are sleeping and have them claim over here. Yeah, therefore, we give them a good job for now. Okay, so maybe we're lucky and we get to see a tree grow up. In the meantime, I can tell you about this as well. Having access now to regrowing forest is a different type of luck or compromise compared to what it used to be, because the forester has become a lot cheaper. Of course, there is a timer attached to the forester, so it's not like you immediately will have infinite wood and you'll never have to think about it. Ah, there we go. Very nice. Very nice. You'll never have to think about it again. It may be interesting to think about when to start the forester so that your economy a few minutes from now will start getting those trees going. Right? Like, the foresters work without stop. They just go around and claim as much as they can. What will happen to regrowing trees? Regrowing trees stay in the game. It's about you finding out the ideal way in which you want to use your resources. So if you want to hurry up your wood production, you may have both at the same time. If you want to stay only with the regrowing forests, there will be, of course, an opportunity cost that you're not using by harvesting more trees. All right, let me get the quarry going. I wonder if people are already trying to guess who got it correctly about what the new building is. Wow, that was a complete miss. Go out. There's nothing to demolish. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's build it again. Maybe when I just scrolled, someone saw it immediately, but I kind of doubt it because I was really fast. Let me put this there. Let me use the dirt road. There we go. Let's grab a bunch of these, tell them to build. I also saw that someone is trying to evangelize everyone on the usability of all manual engineers. I am very interested to see where that is going. Having full manual control over engineers, of course, gives you the liberty to tell them exactly where to go and when to go. It just also means more work for yourself, even though it gives you full control. So we will see where that meta goes. I hope it really finds something new. In any case, as you see, I can already mouse over this and it says Forest 1. The woodcutters are even already starting to go for it. And I'm pretty sure they will be nailing this one down first because it was the first one planted. Let's see if I guess correctly. Yes! When things work out. Excellent. Okay, let me get the pointer away. I cannot. There we go. So, in this case, I wanted to start building a lot more residences, but I forgot oh my god, I forgot the sawmill. Am I still in time? No. I can't believe I forgot the sawmill. All right, so we're in trouble now. I got so excited about showing new things that I drove myself into a very problematic situation in which I have no more wood. Okay, so that was hilarious. Let's restart this. You know what? Maybe I get to restart this and show you immediately that you can obviously restart any any sandbox mode and find yourself in the other starting position. So if what you want to practice, well, no, we rolled in the same location. All is good. So if what you want to practice is a particular starting point, you can obviously restart, re-roll, and get it going. All right, now let's play for real. Let's imagine we're actually going for this for real. So we're gonna make one woodcutter here, one sawmill on the way home, and we're gonna grab some of the engineers already to start claiming the land towards the stone. Because there is a new building that I wanted to show you, and obviously running myself out of material was not a great way to show it. And the new building, trust me, it will change quite a lot of the meta. So for everyone that didn't need to play under a certain time pressure, due to playing alone, or maybe they love the challenges, so they can take their time in building up, in sandbox mode included, it's all gonna be fine. However, for those of you that enjoy the thrill of going fast, of maximizing your output, especially your military output, there is a new building available to all factions, the Charring Kiln. People will remember the Charring Kiln, maybe even as charcoal hut from older games. The Charring Kiln grabs logs, so it uses the pure raw material, hence why the Förster rework is so important, and produces coal out of it. It uses bread in order to boost the production, so it goes together hand in hand with normal coal production. The mine also uses bread, the coal mine uses bread. So keep that in mind when planning your economy. Having a Charring Kiln can accelerate the rate at which you obtain military army. It can even, facilitate a different topic, which is the necessity of going towards a known resource mine, for example, of coal. If you decide to go the route of the Charring Kiln, you can actually skip that direction. If you can obtain the iron somewhere else, or if you need the coal for something different, that is an option. Not necessarily the best option, but I'm pretty sure players will be able to experiment with whichever setup or configuration they prefer. Maybe there's a perfect timing when to build the Charring Kiln. Maybe there is a situation in which you use the Charring Kiln and then you pause it because you just wanted to get off the ground the immediate production. But right now, as you see, the Charring Kiln is producing the coal. It is important to note, in sandbox mode, just as in the normal maps, the bandits are still there. So you're going to be able to practice as if you were playing PvP, if what you want is to see how to kill the bandits the fastest, or where does the tower go into the perfect position in order to lure the bandits and kill them there. Or if you want to practice in Ruined City, for example, how many soldiers are the ideal number to cross through the center. All of these are possibilities. All right. So there's a question about the Förster. Does it only plant trees and the loggers need to cut it, or does the Förster himself cut the logs? We are going old school, my friend. So the Förster will only plant trees from now on. The previous Förster is gone. There's actually a fun caveat here. If anyone has a safe game before tomorrow that uses the old Förster, that safe game still will have what's called the tree nursery now. But the tree nursery is no longer available for matches happening starting from tomorrow. The Förster, the new Förster, the real Förster is the way to go. And it's really something that we've always wanted to do. So I'm very happy that it's finally here. Let me connect this over here. We have some more residences maybe that we can afford. Yeah. So I'm going to play 2 more. And we're going to close it. Okay, so as we mentioned, the Charring hut is capable of producing coal. If you know where to find the iron in that situation, is a good idea to consider. Not saying that it's immediately the way to go and that's gonna change everything, but it's a good idea to consider in maps. The depths come to mind because, no, actually not the depths. Ruined City. Ruined City actually has 2 different sites, one for coal, one for iron. So you may want to only take the side of the iron minimize the surface area that you need to protect, maybe with towers or with military units, and then use the charring kiln together with the regrowing forest that is at the middle of the crossing towards the low ground in order to produce the coal out of it. Of course, using the mines is still available. It means maybe that you can skip the bread production. You go directly into a charring kiln plus a coal mine to supply. In Valley of Prayers, I need to keep translating the names. I'm sorry, everyone. Thank you for giving me time. In Valley of Prayers, it may be that you grab both the initial 2 coals and 2 irons, and with a charring kiln by using the forest or the forester. So the forest downhill is regrowing. The forest uphill is gone. You can use a forester there, charring kiln, 2 coal, 2 iron, produce an incredible amount of military units. So all of these options are going to allow players to decide when is the time to give gas, to increase their military production to a new level where previously it may have been unexpected. Maybe they have to recover due to losses, so they can turn on the charring kiln and recover as fast as possible. Or maybe it's exactly what you need in order to grab that research plus keeping your military production on. Because plenty of times you have to decide, do I need to research this right now, or will I be able to survive if I don't produce any more soldiers? So all of these questions now have a new dimension. And that's really what we want to offer every time we offer something new, is allowing players to find new ways to think about where to take their game the next minute, the next 10 minutes, the next maybe 20 minutes if they're planning super long ahead. And by giving all of these new tools, we are not asking them just to remember something new. We're asking them to rethink the initial build, the first buildings that they placed down. Right now I forgot the summit because I got so excited. So having all of these new options, maybe if you want, you can ignore the initial expansion towards the forest. If I can have my own forest here down at the beach, then why do I need to go any further? Maybe I need to start claiming towards, I actually, I didn't show the map at all. I'm the worst. All right, let's find the military units. There we go. And let's see if we can move around a little bit. All right, so to finish the sentence that I was rambling about, initially, the things that players can perform at the start of the game may change. It may be a good idea to start with a forester. It may not be the best configuration depending on the map. But the fact that we give those options means that it's up to you, it's up to the players to find what they want to do with those new options. Now, let's take a step back on everything I was talking about. And I saw that there were some questions there. I'm going to try to put them all together. Sandbox mode really is sandbox. That means there's no one chasing you. All objectives are self-imposed. If you want to make a beautiful map, if you want to cleanse the map from all its resources, you can also do that. If you want to do whatever you want, it is available. For that very purpose also, bandits, as you would find them in the normal skirmish map, are equally available. So you can practice against them, you can practice your timing, you can find them where they are. It is even less pressure than using the map in a casual mode. And it's especially good for those maps that are not available when you're alone in casual mode or in PvP even, those 2v2 maps and those 4v4 maps. The extra detail of being able to go up to 1,000, 2,000 or 4,000 settlers is really a cherry on top to see what are the limits that you can push infrastructure and the industry towards. So that's going to be pretty cool. We're very excited to see what people take out of this mode because it's very personal, right? Like this is like no one can tell you what to do in sandbox mode. That's the beauty of it. So if you decide to play it one way or the other, it's really all up to you. Okay, now taking a step back of what I was saying, I would like to show you a little bit of this map because there are, maybe already people have been observing, there are at least 3 important nodes to this map. The first one is the clear, I'm going to call it division, the division, because there are tunnels that allow you to go somewhere else. This one, however, begins closed. People know about closed tunnels as a thing. That's nothing new. But there are others that may be a bit more accessible, but they may not lead directly into your enemy. So there are multiple paths already to be considered. That also means there may be defensive opportunities that you may have to take care of, or attacking patterns that you can exploit. So, the second thing that is important to know about this map is that there is still a normal path to reach the enemy. That normal path can start long. So as you see here, I've currently only moved through walkable terrain, has some very important landmarks that are in the center, has some very important mines that are in the center that you can compete for, crossing bandits, and then going all the way to the opponent's side. I hope that trip was not too trippy, but this will be literally the enemy starting position. So you can imagine the maps obviously are mirrored in a way where both players have access to the same activities. Okay, that being said, the third axis that is important to this map, I was talking about it as a bit of spoilers before, is that settlers limit is raised even in a 1v1 situation to 1,000 settlers. I need 1 second. My access to the chat wanted to turn off, so I had to click something. So by having 1,000 settlers provided as a maximum for the map, that means the available infrastructure that you can raise is crazily different, and the amount of soldiers that you can recruit, of course, can go up to 500, which is also quite insane, a number we have rarely seen before. I think I saw one person do 497 engineers at once diving into bandits. The bandits won, by the way. But other than that, it was very rare to reach such a crazy amount of soldiers. We are probably going to start seeing some crazy fights in this map itself. All right, so what else is new? Let me double check that I've gone through everything. Yes, of course. Okay, we have gone over the new building, we have gone over the reworked building, and we have gone, of course, through the sandbox mode. Together with a new map, there's always one new hardcore mission. And in this case, there are two new hardcore missions. One is for this map, another one is for Widow's Peak, another of the 1v1 maps. So they will be starting tomorrow to become part of the rotation. That means you can find them at any point after tomorrow's patch through the resets or through the rotation of challenges. That also means there may be new things in the shops to be found, new items that will come through the rotations, new challenges as well. I'm pretty sure our players will maybe start even thinking about new theories or new ways in order to confront each other, fight, and then eventually destroy each other with our cool new tools. The most important takeaway is the charring kiln is here. It is now possible for you. Well, actually, they decided they had enough. Bye-bye. This is perfect. This is perfect for me because this is also everything we had to share for this stream. I really want to thank everyone once again, everyone in chat, everyone even helping me see what the chat is trying to say because I cannot keep up with things. And the teams both here and the development team that has been incredible in all senses. We're really excited to hear your thoughts of what you will see tomorrow or even what you think today about the topics that we presented. Please let us know because we see when you write, we see when you post, we see when you request things, when you have wishes. All of these, they come back to us. So please be loud, stay proud, and always keep telling us what you like, what you don't like. Everything really counts good for us. I'm very happy to have been able to show yet another stream for the settlers. I hope you all have enjoyed, and I will see you on the next one.